TRS Clips, the place you arrive at if you just want the best bits of India's smartest podcast, The Ranveer Show. Subscribe, hit that bell icon.
Look, I think on a serious note, YouTube is doing and people on YouTube are doing a great job of educating people about money, right? And that is needed. Today, at least, the fact that we can openly talk about money, right? Like there's this whole thing that which Rockefeller said once that sex and money are two things that only in the bedroom that you talk about. You don't talk about in the living room. At least now money you talk about in the living room, right?
I didn't know that was a quote, dude. That's such a reflection of society back then. For me, talking about money is a very normalized thing, man.
It wasn't, right? It would be crass to talk about, oh, I'm saving this much and I'm investing here, etc. Yeah, it's a generational change. You'll probably, like in my parents' generation, nobody would talk about money, right? You would probably show it off, but you wouldn't say that, okay, I'm buying this or investing here, etc. And that's the good thing about what financial influencers on YouTube have done. But the thing is that, and if I am somebody who absorbing that content, I shouldn't like just copy what they're saying, because what they're saying maybe applies in a generic sense to most people. It may or may not apply to me. Like if somebody tells me to buy this stock, they don't know what my other portfolio is. They don't know how much risk I can handle.
It's like getting medical advice online, in a way.
Yeah, and you don't do that, right? Right? Or you don't go to a chemist and say, "Acha, bata," like you go to a professional, a doctor who will tell you what to do. So I think that is one thing that India doesn't have enough of financial advisors, and this problem was most acute a few years back, and therefore a lot of these Bollywood personalities who made it big lost money, right? I ended up in paupery. So I think that is one thing that is changing, I feel, with the new generation. And we see that with cricketers also, or like sportsmen, where they're now really smart about their money, their contracts, etc. And that's the great thing, right? So I would think that a lot of influencers potentially don't like put thought behind the fact that unless they reinvent themselves, and even then there's a risk that the current cash flow may not last. So what they have right now needs to be invested really well, so that when the sparks burn out and they move to some other thing, they have enough capital to survive. Yeah.